In this video, we are diving into the local food scene of Danang, visiting only the spots where locals eat. We're gonna start with traditional roast duck, pork and even a frog. Then we visit a specialized pho shop for some great local soup and noodles. After that, it's Donald Trang time, a place making Vietnamese buffet great again. After buffet, we go for our prize, the whole roast goat, Danang style. Golden brown, almost red, crunchy skin and the steaming hot meat. In between, we will visit a couple of places offering authentic desserts. So, let's begin. We are again in a very local area of Danang, and here behind me is a place famous for their roast duck, but also some other delicious local foods. So let's check them out. This is a family-owned, family-run, very nice restaurant, and they're famous for their roast duck, but also for other meats, from pork to chicken, even frog, and they're all served in terracotta pots, so this should provide some very, very tasty experience. This is also very interesting. Here there are like these mini omelettes made with chopsticks, fried quickly in these tiny pans, and then this is the almost final part for every dish. Our food is here and it arrived quite quickly, and we got roast duck, we got pork belly, we got also pan-fried pork, and we got frog meat as the last dish. They're all served on a bed of rice, and then there's this omelette, this egg, serving as a duvet, I would say. Everything looks amazing, it smells even better. But first I will enjoy this bowl of soup, and then I will start with the duck. Oh. This is so tasty, very savory, salty, which is good for this hot weather here. Plenty of herbs inside. Again, simple flavor, but quite tasty. Duck has some crispy looking skin, looks delicious. Let's go. There's a bite to it, but this is expected from a bird that has been walking and running around. But the meat is so tasty, very juicy, and that skin was perfectly crunchy. I'm not that crafty with the chopsticks, so I had to use the fork for my next bite, which involves rice, egg, and the duck meat. That was a proper combo, duck meat, then this broken rice and eggs. Really, really tasty. And now something that I'm going to like for sure, and this is a fried pork belly, and there are different layers, the meaty one, the fatty one, and then this absolutely crunchy skin. Nice, easy to chew, very tasty, that fatty bit, and then the skin, absolutely crunchy and very, very tasty. Time for my combo, the pork belly, this broken rice and the egg. Rice and eggs, they really suit a fatty pork belly. Cheers. Nice looking bits of pork glazed in this orange sauce. This pork is absolutely incredible. It's easy to chew, it's very juicy, very tasty. The texture is almost like a ham. It's a little bit sweet because of this glaze on top, but otherwise very savory and very tasty. I expect that full combination is going to be even better. Everything was good so far, but this pan-fried pork was a true discovery. Cheers. First time eating frog meat, and I think I got a chunk of frog thigh. Let's go. It is a bit chewy, but the texture is quite good. It's tasty, and it's also a bit spicy because of the sauce and how it was prepared. Very tasty dinner and very interesting experience at this restaurant. We tried some foods that we never tried before, and especially that frog meat. Everything was good. My champion was that pan-fried pork, absolutely delicious. And now we are off to try something sweet. Cheers. Just around the corner there's a street vendor making these delicious, both sweet and savory, waffle style fish. And this is going to be our dessert after that dinner. The price is quite cheap and there are dozens of different choices, and most of them are savory. Peanut butter, quail egg, pate and so on. But we came here for some sweet choice. There's also a small refreshment for us while we wait. Cheers. Very nice, very refreshing iced tea. We ordered several different fish, a couple of them with custard and chocolate, one with chocolate, one with custard, and the last one with Milo. There's generous amount of chocolate going on each of these fish, custard cream as well, also Milo powder, and now even more generous amount of this waffle style batter that tops them all. And now they're going to be ready for baking, and after a couple of minutes we're going to enjoy them. The fish now has that nice golden color. It means they're baked, they're ready, they're being cut and served in these paper bags. Waffle is very, very hot. I think I'm going to break it open. Here it is. Beautiful looking pastry, yellow, dense, but also airy, and then stuffed with chocolate. A perfect waffle, very nice, very tasty, has that crunchiness on the outside which I really like, just a great dessert. Behind me is a local shop specializing only in pho. And this is what we were looking for, because if you want to eat the best proper local pho, you need to go to a shop that specializes only in pho. Everything is freshly prepared, and we ordered 3 chicken noodle soups and 1 beef noodle soup. First he gives a quick bath to these pho noodles. They are thick, they look very nice. And then the next move is this chicken, separating it and also cutting a little bit with a cleaver. After the chicken is ready, then some raw beef meat. Again, he's gonna chop it finely, and then some pre-cooked slices of beef as well. He also asked us if we wanted onions and greens in all of them, but we went 2 and 2. Now it's time for this delicious broth that has been cooking probably for at least 12 to 14 hours. It covers all the ingredients and the soups are ready for serving. Everything is being served and we are very hungry, so let's begin. Steaming hot and amazing looking first bite. An incredible taste. I think I hit the minced, the chopped beef, and it's very tender, easy to eat, nice, juicy. Noodles as well, absolutely delicious. Let's add some lime to this already tasty combination, and let's go with a bite that has this pre-cooked slice of beef and pho noodles. The broth is so clear, but let's try it on its own. That broth is magically tasty, and this is hands down the best pho ba that I've eaten here so far. Very satisfying, very tasty experience at this local spot where the pho is made the way it should be. Cheers. Behind me is a place called Donald Trang, and these people here have only one mission: to make Vietnamese buffet great again. So let's go and check them out. This is a Vietnamese buffet style restaurant, and here they have different sections where they prepare food and drinks en masse. And I think we're a bit early, the place is not yet full busy, but anyway, there's a section over there where we can sit and start enjoying some of the foods here. Here behind me is Help Yourself Greens stand, and you can find here anything from bean sprouts to lettuce, mint, cilantro, cucumber, and so on. This is quite convenient. Behind me there are sinks, and they're just inside the dining area, and here you can wash your hands. This window is our point of interest. This is where all the food is getting dished out on these huge trays. And here the kitchen doesn't stop. They cook all the time, continuously, and the dishes are just coming out. And this is why they told us once we order, we only need to wait 5 minutes to get our food. And then on the menu, you choose the quantity and the dishes that you want to order. Our food is here. My wife also got some salad. And I think it's time to try all these dishes. The first thing to try is this gorgeous and appetizing looking banh ne, the sizzling beef. It's quite tasty. There are some very interesting spices involved here, and it's moderately juicy, but it's easy to chew. Very nice meat. The only thing is that it's cold. I think this is something they prepare huge amounts, and obviously you don't get it served hot, but nonetheless tasty. And I suppose I will try it later on in some rice paper roll. Next thing I'm very eager to try is banh nam, and this is a flat rice dumpling. There's some ground pork inside, and this dumpling is made of rice or tapioca flour. There are spices inside, then this ground pork. This is really and truly amazing food. Just an amazing pudding-like texture. Then it's baked in this banana leaf, and also it has a little bit of fish sauce inside, I think. Amazing taste, amazing flavor. Next thing to try are these thinly sliced beef cuts. This beef is actually very tasty, nice, thinly sliced, and it also goes quite well with these bean sprouts. Cheers. And it's time now for Vietnamese staple, the roast pork belly. The crunch on this skin is absolutely amazing. Nice, tasty, juicy, that fatty part, meaty part, and of course the perfect skin. But let's go now with this thick rice paper and some lettuce. It's nice, but I definitely prefer it on its own. And I think this is ready now. This now has it all. That crunchy skin of the pork meat, the lettuce. I think there's also cilantro there because I felt a lot of freshness, but also quite spicy. Only those two pieces of chili, they're very, very spicy. Anyway, very delicious, refreshing and satisfying bite. Cheers. This was such a pleasant, enjoyable and very tasty lunch. And one thing is certain, Donald Trump is still making Vietnamese buffet great. Cheers. Behind me is a place called Kem Bo, and we came here to enjoy some great local ice cream. This is ice cream very typical for Danang and Dalat, and it is made of fresh avocado being squashed there. That's the first ingredient. Then there's some condensed milk for sweetness, then a little bit of coconut milk and ice, and then of course the coconut ice cream goes on top, and it's even topped with some fried coconut bits. Looks absolutely delicious, so let's go. Very creamy, very tasty coconut ice cream, but actually this needs to be mixed all together to enjoy it fully. This is the real deal now, mixed avocado and this coconut ice cream with these crispy bits on top. Behind me is a place called Thượng, and we came here to try the goat. The goat is getting slowly roasted on a spit, and the heat is immense from that charcoal and wood. It's really, really hot beside the goat, but that's why soon enough this goat is going to be ready and we are going to be able to enjoy it. One guy is hand turning it and the other one is glazing it on top all the time. It's more of a golden brown now, and soon enough I suppose the whole goat will have this color and this crunchy skin and tender meat beneath. The restaurant is quite big, it's an open area, and of course behind me over there is the goat getting done, and in the front is, I think, drinks area where they prepare all the drinks and other foods. The last stage of roasting is here. The boat shields, the boat covers are off, and we can see this goat in full display now, and it has this perfect golden brown color. The skin is probably absolutely crunchy, and it really needed short time. When we arrived, maybe until now, some 30 minutes until it became this color, completely roasted, completely golden brown. They closed off the fire, and this means that the goat is officially ready. Magnificent skin on this goat, and as he touches it with a knife, it cracks. This is how crunchy, how crispy it is. Then the meat is taken to this part where it is weighed and then cut into small bits and then served on a plate. Okay, so the first plate with meat that we got, it had that from the hind leg, a bit raw, not completely cooked, so we had to ask for replacement, and we got more meat with the skin, which is what we wanted. Not really good first impression. There were locals waiting for a takeaway, and they were all scouting the portion, the part they wanted to get for themselves. Obviously, this is lesson learned. For the next time, we're gonna sit near the goat and be careful to ask which part of the goat we want. Anyway, let's go with the first bite. I got the one with the skin, sesame seeds. Let's go. It's not buttery soft, you need to chew it, there's a bite to it, but it is juicy, it is quite tasty. That skin, it's not like pork skin, of course, but I think it's quite good for a goat. Not completely crunchy, looks better than it tastes, to be honest, but still quite a good first bite. Let's go with the second one. The second bite was much better, easier to chew, juicier, tastier. It's not salty enough, to be honest, but let's try it now with this dip. This dip was extremely tasty. This is a sesame seed based dip. I cannot really put my finger on it. It's not spicy, but it has very strong taste, and I added a little bit of lime as well this time. By the huge size of it, this is not a young goat, obviously, so you cannot expect the meat to be absolutely tender. But this is quite good, it's not too chewy, it's juicy. And let's try it now with this different sauce. The other sauce was obviously a miss for me, definitely. It has a bit of fish sauce taste, but the first sauce was quite good. And when it comes to skin, once it gets cold, it's not crunchy anymore. But anyway, the meat is still good, so let's enjoy it. We ordered some local salad. Let's go with this okra. This is a steamed vegetable salad, and that okra was perfectly tasty. Let's go with this daikon. The carrot is next. That carrot was so tasty, sweet, but there's also a bit of freshness to it. You can also feel how it is boiled and steamed, and to be honest, I'm more amazed with these steamed veggies than with the goat. Cheers. And the last thing to try is this very tasty looking egg fried rice. Very tasty, plenty of eggs, a lot of greens, but there is some kind of aftertaste like a fish sauce, which I'm not used to. Other than that, it's quite good. And with this, we end our video. I hope you enjoyed it, and until the next time, all the best.